Good evening, and welcome to the Preparedness Call In Show. Preparedness isn't just about fear or fantasy, it's about responsibility, resilience, and freedom of choice when systems fail or stress hits. These are the core pillars that everything else builds on. Good evening, and welcome to the Call In Show. Thank you for joining us. Livingston, man, could you kick that camera on for us, my friend? Thank you, and welcome to the Preparedness Call-In Show. It is Monday night. 866-HV Prep 1 is the number to call. And tonight, I'd like to focus on preparedness in general. And I figure it's a new year, Livingston, man. It's our first stream of the new year. And I think we bring it back to the basics. Let's bring it back to the basics and start at zero, right? Maybe your New Year's resolution was to get more prepared. Maybe your New Year's resolution was to make less preparedness mistakes. And hopefully this show tonight will help you on your preparedness journey to do just that. Make less mistakes, more successes, and let your preparedness help you through whatever calamity you may face. So that's the goal here this evening. Welcome, everybody. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. I think some of I've got 10 things written down here on my board in no particular order, okay? These are definitely not in order, Livingston, man. But there are 10 things that I thought about before we started tonight. When you came in, I was scribbling. And I think it was something that you and I were actually discussing earlier this evening downstairs, was one of the strong points that I think that a lot of preppers overlook. And what it leads to is a lot of wasted money, a lot of wasted time, and it sucks, right? What am I talking about? I'm talking about food rotation, right? It's not the sexy part of prepping. It's not fancy. It's not a bag. It's not a cool little knife. It's not a bug out gadget or a trip wire or anything like that. It's simple. It's simple. When you buy something new, it goes in the back and all the old stuff comes front, right? And then you're using the oldest stock first. And hopefully that oldest stock is still good to go. I know, myself included, we all got to go digging through the pantries and make sure that everything is in good working order, right? Everything is within its expiration dates and everything is ready to go. So I think that's one of the big overlooked ones, right? The other ones here are a little more obvious, I would say, right? Mindset and awareness. I think that's super key to preparedness. If you don't have the right mindset, if you don't have situational awareness, all the other stuff, all the fancy stuff, you're going to be a walking loot drop for somebody, right? If you don't have the mindset and you don't have the awareness, you're in trouble. So that's something you have to learn yourself, right? You have to see shady people do shady things and be like, there was a tell there. That's a big one. Water, paramount, right? Water should be number one, followed closely by shelter. Food security is another one. And folks like Grit and Grace, the farming florist, homesteading folks, have a bit of a leg up on people as far as food security is concerned because, well, they're growing it, they're raising it, they're out there working with their future food every day and keeping it healthy and making sure that's something that they want to put in their bodies, right? The homesteaders have a leg up on us preppers who don't have the room to homestead. All we can do is stock a little bit of stuff and buy ourselves a little bit of time, right? It would behoove you to become as homesteadish as possible. I mean, that's the ultimate self-sufficiency, right? Medical and health concerns, right? I think that's a big thing that you need to prepare for. you need to have the Band-Aids and the antiseptics and all of the bite creams and all of the Benadryl and anything else you're going to need, as well as your prescription medications. And well, for a gentleman like you, Livingston man, can we talk about glasses? What is the plan if the glasses are gone? Do you have backups? Is there something else you can do? I mean, it's a chink in the armor, no?
Dutch door. In
Okay.
that, every pair of glasses I've ever had is that your prescription, unless you have like a condition of some kind. I mean, if you wear glasses, you have a condition. But what I mean is a degenerative one where your prescription would have evolved like rapidly. It usually kind of just creeps along. So like I broke my most recent glasses, so I'm wearing my old ones. So like if you see me like doing the Chuck Schumer and like looking weird, it's because these are all scratched up and fucked up. But I do have like backups. Ideally would be to like actually rather than worry about glasses, but the parts. In my case, the temple broke off.
Okay.
And so now I just have like this. I have like half glasses cocked on my face, but if I could just find another temple, screw it back
Just
up.
need another piece. Yeah.
It boils down to that repair infrastructure. So all your stuff requires these maintenance items, even down to the stuff that you need to literally see well.
Yeah. I mean, I think that could be a hindrance. So if
Now,
you did
contact lenses, I could say the same because those would be even harder to find unless you're going to pull them out of somebody else's eyes. Whereas if LASIK surgery is an option to you, I would recommend that. Correct it without needing external means to do so, and that's the ideal.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't need corrective lenses, that's ideal. But
Now, I get that question sometimes, but then I sometimes will fire back with actually my vision having been corrected within like the last year. I actually, glasses aside, I can see better than like you, like not you personally, but like fictional adversary in the argument here is just like I can see better than you though. When's the last time you had a eye exam? You might be surprised.
Yeah.
Of course you think you can see because it's just what you see, and then they twist those dials and all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, there's leaves on the trees.
You mean they don't get green all blotchy like
Yeah,
that?
life looked like Bob Ross before I had my my vision corrected, dude. I couldn't believe it.
The happy little tree over here. So, I mean, you got to get some spare spectacles, right?
You should have spares of
think that's it.
everything
OV
that you need, I guess, if that's what we're saying.
OVP says his glasses are only for reading, so I keep several pairs of cheap cheater glasses on hand. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. Smoky Blazer, 100%, man. Dental emergencies are just that, dental emergencies. And believe it or not, folks, back in like the Wild West, tooth issues was like one of the number one causes of death amongst people, aside from outlaws and Indians, right? It was tooth issues. So make real good friends with your dentist and your hygienist and talk to them and ask them what their plan is when all of this falls apart. You might be surprised. Or they're going to look at you like you're crazy. Either way, you've planted the seeds of preparedness, and you never know. He could be like, oh, me and my bag, we're good, bro. We're good. We got shit for months. We're good. We got a spot, and that's it. And it's like, oh, cool, man. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you
food jammed in a place that don't belong.
Yeah, I'm going to give you my, my calling sign. And if things get crazy, Doc, I might have to holler at you for like a dental emergency or something. I'm not saying we need to be barter partners or anything, but can I count on you in an emergency? I got I have a nurse and this and that in my squad, so maybe we can help each other out in the future here. But important things to think about, when you're thinking about long-term preparedness. That's all part of the medical and health. And I wanted to bring the glasses into it too. For me, I have really bad tinnitus from the power tools over the years, Livingston man. Really done a number on my hearing. So that's something this year I want to go get at least looked at and see how bad it is. And figure out if there's a corrective measure that can happen or not. But we'll see.
Earbuds.
We'll see. Yeah, there is some kind of
with the hear through, like.
Yeah. The even the white noise doesn't get rid of the whee. But
No, I used to like to hear through a microphone, so I can hear everything, but I can still hear my music or whatever. But if I turn it off, it like deadens the sound because your hearing, you can't get that back. It can correct your vision, but without like electronic means at this point, they can't really correct your hearing. They can simply amplify it. You basically
Well,
you're
so
deaf. That's why you
no,
talk
actually,
so
they
loud.
can, they
That's
can,
why. I get it now.
they
You're deaf as
can
fuck.
fix your hearing. They can do all this with hearing aids nowadays because I know people who had really bad tinnitus from working on like excavators and bulldozers. He actually has 2 hearing aids now that run on Bluetooth, so his phone goes right to his hearing aids. And he used to be a guy who talked really loud, and then all of a sudden he's real quiet now and like super soft spoken. And I'm like, whoa, what?
You just said like the same thing I said, but you called earbuds hearing aids. But like, okay,
Yeah,
same,
no,
same
they're
thing.
they're definitely here. They're specialty made to get rid of the tinnitus sound. There's a canceling frequency that zeroes in on that tinnitus sound, and it removes it from your hearing.
I always wondered about those the noise canceling earbuds. Now, some people got theories about Bluetooth that it's like not the best thing to have right in your brain like that plugged in. But that aside,
XMYC, good to see you, brother.
like they have this active noise canceling. I think you put the magic headphones on, all the noise goes away.
Not the ringing. The ringing does not go away.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the extra active noise canceling.
Yeah. They're totally beneficial. I love my my earbuds with the canceling.
But here's what I wonder: is that yes, no, you can't hear the sound because it's using phase canceling. Is what that is it takes the opposite sum of that frequency
And cancels it, yeah.
same way as balancing wires.
Okay.
Why you can't get an amp reading when you do the hot and the neutral at the same time.
Okay.
Same deal. But I still wonder, but is the sound pressure level in a studio, we call that SPL, the sound pressure level, the actual thing, the impact that makes your ears get damaged from high sound level. I think that that's still there, but it's just masked behind an electronic thing. I don't think those are hearing protection. I think they're more of a convenience thing.
Oh, well said. Well said. Devil Dog Prepper, good to see you, brother. Yeah, I definitely, that's all part
technological
of your
tricks to
medical,
make you not hear it.
your medical and your health for proverbial SHTF. I mean, if you can't hear danger coming, you're in trouble, right? I'm at a direct disadvantage because of my damaged hearing. Other people might be like, yo, you hear that? And I'm like, no, I don't hear shit. Crowded restaurants, things like that. I can't even hear the person on the other side of the table from me. But all goes back to the health thing, man. And while things are relatively good right now, and doctors are somewhat available, get it done, man. Get it done. Get it done as quick as you can. It sucks, and I'm gonna suck it up with you, and we'll all do a doctor party together and go for it. And see what they say. You know, maybe they can help us. Maybe they can't. Maybe it's gonna cost us $55,000 to get this fixed. Maybe it's, $5 and a copay, right? But that all goes back to the health thing. Another one on the list, we're up to number 6 right now. Sorry, I'm dragging this out. Comms. Even if you got a fucking walkie-talkie, right? It's got a couple of channels on it, an FRS radio, no license, no nothing. Give them to somebody within reach. It doesn't, you can't give them to your Uncle Bob that lives 56 miles away. No, I don't give a fuck what it says on the box. It's not going to go 56 miles. No, it's line of sight radio.
That's for over water. When they say that, that's like idealist conditions possible.
Yeah, and you got to be standing on the top of the fucking boat, holding your hand up and screaming at it to get that. So, it's not realistic. Get a realistic comms plan with your neighbors. Meshtastic is a thing, and I want to give a shout out to the Fossil Channel. The Fossil Channel actually reached out to me, the creator himself, on Facebook. He actually just joined the Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival group. Him and another group member, Rob, are putting together multiple Meshtastic nodes to try and get a Meshtastic network in the Hudson Valley here as a redundancy, just a backup. Even if the towers are down, some of us can at least still be in communication. Like I'm talking from Columbia to Dutchess to Ulster to Putnam to Greene counties to Ulster County, all of us
We privileged few.
interconnected and able to communicate even when the towers go down. It's super helpful. It's not very expensive to get into, and it works off of Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, right? They're hacked Wi-Fi routers that you use for your signals, and that comes back to your device. The higher you get them, the better they are. But these guys are actually out there putting up nodes and increasing the network size, and it's super important because it works kind of like 5G. Like you need fucking towers everywhere, but each tower acts as a repeater.
Sure.
Right. And this is a low cost way. You don't. Everybody's worried about the license. Oh my God, I gotta give my name to the government. Yeah, trust me. If you're into preparedness and you've ever typed anything in, they already got your name. They already got everything. They follow everybody. All right. So the cat's out of the bag. Do what you're doing. As long as you're not openly breaking laws, you're not probably gonna get in trouble. Right. But do your thing, man. Live your life. Do your thing. You're not hiding behind anything, right? There's no secrecy on the internet. NSA is all knowing and all seeing, and they know what you're typing before you type it, right? So get over it and do some serious research, man. Do research. Comms, big part of that. Number 7, security. Right, you can have all the stuff in the world. When the outlaws come knocking, if you don't have a way to tell them, go on get, and you don't have the old Joe Biden, you're in trouble, right?
Killer effect. I love it.
You're in trouble. Security, big. That's on you. That's on you. Number 8, I'm going to go with mobility. You got to be able to GTFO. Right. You got to be able to get out of Dodge. You got to be able to put the out in the bug out. Otherwise, you're in trouble. Right. If you cannot leave, that's a problem. That's a problem. Well not and cannot are two totally different things. So you have to be able to get out if you need to. That's a big thing. Right. Number 9. Community. You have to have people. You have to have friends. You have to have tribe members. You have to have a mag. You got to have somebody to count on aside from yourself, and somebody who knows that they can count on you aside from just themselves, right? That's a big one. That's a real big one. Not only do you need to count on them, but they need to count on you. It's a two-way street. And it starts with the simple things, you know, helping somebody put in a garden, helping somebody mow a lawn because their mower's down, right? I'll bring my mower over, Livingston, man, no worries. We're going to have to push mow it, but we're going to get it done. Being that help, reciprocate that. Don't just be the one who receives help all the time. You better get your ass in your car and go wherever you got to go to help whoever needs help. That's been helping you. Because if you're not, the help ain't going to be coming much anymore. If it's too much of a one-way street, I'm not taking that one-way street anymore, right? No, sorry. All of a sudden I'm busy and I can't help you out. So don't be the one who is constantly receiving help and never doling any out, right? That's a big one for me, personally. And I think number 10 for me is adaptability. You absolutely must be able to adapt in an instant to a changing whatever and figure your shit out and get things turned around in the right direction. Okay, not everybody has this ability. I don't know that I do or don't. I have not been put in that situation yet. I've pulled myself out of some shitty situations, not very many life or death ones. So I don't know that I am even up in the ranks of adaptable, but I'm trying. I'm working on it. Without
I don't think
doubt.
there's like any reason for anybody to sit back and flex, you know, and be like, I'm more adaptable than you. I'm adaptable.
Well, I think some people are built for it. I do. I think some people are built for it, and I think
I just don't think that it's like sort of a measure. It's one of those things that I guess you'll find out when you're called upon to be adaptable.
yeah, yeah,
Rather than like
100%.
walking around calling yourself that. Like, I mean, okay, like, but I'd say of course you are. And the more things you know and the more things you pick up along the way, the more open you are to information. Soak shit up like a sponge, man.
Oh yeah.
And
oh
then
yeah.
when you get squeezed, that information will come out.
So I ask that tonight's callers, we can touch on any of the 10 topics that we discussed here this evening.
You've been writing these down.
Well, yeah,
Should've put 'em on
I
tech,
did.
not
I
you,
did write
them.
them all down. Foundations of preparedness. I know there's some things that I missed here. Right. This list is not complete. So 866 HV Prep 1
Are we
is your
opening up the call line right now?
toll-free number to call in and discuss what I've forgotten on this list, because I know there's a lot of things to get into here this evening. So the number is 866 HV Prep 1. And that will
Didn't
get
notice-
you.
Somebody had put the actual numbers in, which is possibly helpful. I don't know what they are though.
I can figure it out. That's no big deal.
T9. I mean, you could be talking to folks that maybe forgot how this works.
Yeah. Well, hey, you improvise, you adapt, you overcome, or you die trying, Livingston.
It's
man.
like
That's
1-900 big boob, but different. It's like same shit but different. You feel me?
true. Greenleaf prepper.
Half the chat just called 1-900 big boob.
I'm so sorry for your loss, my friend. My deepest condolences, and your mom will definitely be in my prayers. So sorry for your loss. Tuck by V, that was the old number. We had to change it. The 976s were all taken. So
Donald, it's on the fucking screen, brother. Call in. Come on, man. Hit that number. I promise you, I'll hold the line open until Donald calls. When that shit says Florida calling, we are answering that fucking phone.
So with the 800 number, Livingston, man, I do not get call destinations. That was only with the OG phone number.
I guess we're just gonna have to.
Yeah, I was in.
I don't hear that phone ringing.
I was in Angry Prepper's stream the other day, and somebody said it was like 50 cents a minute to call the Hudson Valley hotline. It's such a crack of shit. Just somebody busting chops in there, you know. And I jokingly said,
If that's true, can anyone confirm
it's
that?
not. It's not a 976 number. It's an 866 number. So, yeah, sorry to disappoint.
Oh, something's happening.
We do have a caller. Hello, caller.
Please tell me it's Donald.
Incoming call from your 800.com account. Press 1 to accept or 2 to hang up. Or press
Ever collect call from an
Hello,
inmate?
hello, caller. This is the Hudson Valley hotline. What can we do for you this evening?
What's up, Hudson? What's up, Livingston, man? This is Moldy calling from Iowa while I'm cooking dinner. What's up?
What's happening, man? Thank you so much for calling in
Is this
tonight.
the moldy soldier?
Yes, sir.
That's awesome.
Welcome to the
Moldy.
live chat,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you so much
Heard
for
so
being
much
here,
about you. Now,
Moldy.
did you say you're from Iowa?
Yes, I live in central Iowa, bud.
How's the weather?
Today was beautiful. 50-something degrees, clear skies.
Very nice. It snowed here for the 7th time in as many days. It snows here like an inch a day. We're doing good. Appreciate you
Yeah,
calling. What's
we're-
on your mind?
Well, not much. I was late, so I don't even know what the topics are. I actually thought there's no way in hell they're going to answer the phone. I figured you'd have like 17 calls, lined up.
You're the
But
first
just
one of the
calling in to
night,
say I love
Moldy.
you guys.
Thank you.
What are we talking about tonight?
We're talking about the foundation of preparedness, Moldy. I went through a list of 10. I'll go over them for you real quick. It was food rotation, mindset and awareness, water, food security, medical and health, comms, security, mobility, community, and adaptability. What would you add to the list, Moldy Soldier?
Well, I think maybe in parentheses under mindset, one thing I love about you guys is you laugh. The Bible says laughter is good medicine. I have had a rough go at some points in life. That's part of where I get the moldy soldier from, because I'm a little moldy, but I still got some fight in me. Life has kicked my ass. But one thing that I've always had, and I love, is to laugh. I love making people laugh. I love to laugh. And I think when the stuff is hitting the fan, if you can still have a sense of humor, it's going to go a long way versus getting really calloused very quickly, letting fear and other things motivate your behavior, and losing that humanity side of being able to laugh, even though it's a dumpster fire all around you. I think it's vital.
Yeah, it's not always an easy thing for people to do.
No.
But it's important to try and keep the morale up, right? And that laughter is absolutely the best medicine to get the morale up.
For sure, man. And some of the darkest, funniest people I've ever known work in like emergency rooms, or they're police or sheriff deputies, ex-military. My dad was career military. My brother was career military. And some of the most wild people that will say some of the craziest shit, and you're like, what is wrong with you? But it's funny, and it helps you survive some of the crazy stuff that we see and go through,
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You got to keep a sense of humor about you. I think that's a great addition to the list, Moldy, and I am actually going to write that down here is laughter.
What number are you going to call that? 1D1, right?
Yeah, that's 5.1.
All right. Hey, I'm going to get off so I can keep making dinner and give other people a chance. But I love you guys. Seriously, Livingston, you're wild, but your music, I think it's brilliant. Like, you're one of those guys that seems so well-rounded. You're smart. I bet you can draw. Music, I think I've heard that you do some kind of construction. Mike, I've seen some of the work you do with the tile and stuff. I love you guys. I'm so glad that you do what you do. And I'm grateful for the channel, man.
Thank you, Moldy.
Thanks so
we are
much, man.
grateful to
Appreciate
have people like you, my friend. Thank you so much for calling in tonight. We really appreciate you. I hope you have a very blessed new year, my friend. And thank you so very much for calling in tonight, Moldy Soldier.
No matter what comes, I will be blessed, and I will choose to be a blessing.
Amen, brother. Thank you so much for calling, Moldy. Have a great night.
Later, guys.
Wow, what a great call from Moldy Soldier. Moldy.
He had the nerve to call in. Who else? We have another one.
And we have our second caller of the evening, Livingston, man. This is your 800.com.
Incoming call from your 800.com account.
Oh, it's my
Press
favorite.
1 to accept or...
Welcome to the Hudson Valley Hotline. This is Mike, your host. How can I help you this evening, caller?
Hello, Mike. How you doing? This is Donald.
Hey, Donald, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for calling in tonight.
Yeah, I'm smoking my weed, getting stoned, having a good new year.
No
Awesome.
doubt. Hey, listen, if you're really Donald, where are you from?
Apopka, Florida.
Yeah? Where are you going when the shit hits the fan?
Yeah. Huh?
Where are you going to go?
Oh, when she hits the fan, Apopka Hospital basement.
All right. It's him. It's him.
Okay.
Confirmed.
Well,
Yeah.
The Livingston man had
Donald,
had
I
to
have been
confirm.
waiting my entire YouTube fucking life to talk to you, brother.
I'm going to let you guys chat.
Yo,
No problem.
tell us what's up, man. So you're from Brooklyn originally, or like what, transplanted? But I know you was here at some point.
I was born and raised in New York City. I was born in Mount Sinai Hospital, and I grew up in the South Bronx.
What's up with that chick laughing in the background? She can't believe you're on the
My
horn with us.
sister.
She can't believe you're on the horn with us, can she? This is the highlight of my fucking YouTube career right here. I need everybody to know right now that we're talking. Donald, you're about to end up with a conversation with Malone right now. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Tell us all about it. How's the weather in Apopka, Florida right now?
The weather right now, it's in the 70s and 80s during the day, but at nighttime it's in the 60s. And over the New Year's holiday, it got down to like 32 degrees and high 50.
You know,
Tonight it's going down to 56 degrees.
Yeah, I can hear the New York in your voice, bro.
Yeah.
You could take the New Yorker out of New York, but you can't take the voice away from the New Yorker ever.
Yeah, I moved out of New York and I moved out of New York and came to Apopka, Florida because the rents got too expensive up there, and I wound up in the shelter system in New York City, and it wasn't a good thing. So I decided to come to Florida, and I've been here for like 5-6 years.
Excellent. I can't imagine what it's like to live in Florida.
Yeah,
I feel like the way people feel about New York, where they think New York State is like all like one big city. To me, Florida is like one big Disneyland. Is it kind of like that?
Yeah, it's. I live in a small town in Apopka. I live 20 miles north of Orlando, and I live in a mobile home. I live in a mobile home park, and there's a lot of Mexicans that live in here, but it's pretty quiet and everything. I live a mile from the gas station. It's like an hour walk, but you need a car and everything. And my roommate has a car, so he has to drive us around everywhere because the transportation sucks.
I can feel that. I bet you guys maybe don't have like public transportation.
Well, we do, but the Lynx bus is in downtown Apopka. I live up in Rock Springs, Kelly Park Road.
No.
And I live like 8 miles from town.
Now, I did some research, matter of fact, only because I had never heard of Apopka, Florida in my life. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Apopka, Florida has like a population of about 50,000 people. Makes it...
yeah, it's a small town.
Well, you know, for me, that's a big town. I mean, Livingston has like 3,000 people. And Hudson even only has about 30,000. And like they call Hudson a city. We ain't even got... Our hospital doesn't even have a fucking basement, dude. No basement in our hospital.
Yeah, ours do too. We have one hospital and one hospital and 2 churches.
What do you think
Orlando's the bigger though. Orlando's bigger.
Oh yeah, for sure. But Orlando's just like, you know, the suburb of Disneyland. Like
yeah, and they got the Lynx buses and the Sunrail train.
I can dig it. Now, if you could go back, would you have made the move? Would you have stayed in New York, or would you have made the move to Florida? Like,
well, if the rent prices would have stayed cheap and everything, I would have stayed up there. But that's my hometown, and I miss it. I always feel like going back, but I can't afford it because the rents are like $3,000-4,000. When I lived up there as a kid in the 1980s, I had like a two-bedroom apartment for $400 a month on 98th Street in Amsterdam. And then I moved up to the South Bronx, and the rents up there were like $400 or $500. But then they started burning the Bronx down and everything, and the rents just got too high in the last 10 years. So I had decided I had to come to Florida because I went to the homeless shelters in New York, the family shelters, and that place was like a prison, real bad. So I decided to move to Florida. Down here, it's cheaper. I pay my roommate $500 a month for rent. And then I pay $100 for the Wi-Fi, and my phone bill's $100, and that's it.
Well, you definitely made the right move. It's all about strategic relocation. I got to be honest with you. You know, moving where you can afford life, and it is a shame that life is so expensive anymore. You know, just to meet people's basic needs.
It's $50 to like leave the house for some reason.
Me and my sister Charlotte, we're living with my roommate because it takes 4 people to pay the rent. I'm trying to find my own house down here, but they want for a house, they want like $1,000 down and $1,000 deposit. And now they're starting to build condos for $2,000 or $3,000, and it's starting to get just as expensive as New York now. Pack of cigarettes down here is $8 now. Everything's going up. That's why me and my sister lives with our roommate, because we go half and half on the bills. When we have more money left, it's a lot cheaper that way.
You got to save wherever you can, right? Nowadays,
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard when you're on Social Security.
absolutely. My heart goes out to you, buddy. Being on a fixed income is I don't know how you guys do it. In all honesty,
Yeah.
it's very hard to manage, especially folks with families and things like that. I don't know how they get through the month. Just the sheer grace of God must pull them through at some points. I don't know how they do it. Donald,
Yeah.
thank you so much for
Yeah.
calling in tonight, partner.
Donald,
if
Donald.
you could
All right.
add to the foundation of preparedness, my friend, what is one thing you would add to the foundation of preparedness? Donald H. Huth.
What's that mean?
So, kind of like the basics. What's one thing that you would add to the basics of prepping?
Oh, keep my gold bag. I always got my gold bag ready. I got my medicine in my book bag, and I always have clothes packed just in case I have to vacate during a hurricane or an HSTF event.
Awesome. Awesome, Donald. Fantastic advice for somebody who's new and getting into preparedness. Always keep that go bag ready. Thank you so much for calling tonight, Donald.
Yeah, and I always sleep with my pants on and everything, just in case I have to jump up in a hurry.
Yep. Livingston, man, any final
Okay,
words
Mike.
for Donald before we
You
take
know,
our next call?
I got so many final words for Donald, man. I am blown away. I'm over the moon that you called, bro. I am just starstruck. As a matter of fact, to the point where I'm gonna have to converse with the other ones. But do you know how to ride a horse, Donald?
Yeah.
You do? He answered that shit
No,
before
I
I even
don't.
said it. Oh.
How much is the rent in upstate New York? More expensive?
But you ain't
Yes.
doing much better. Your $2,500 gets you a closet, but you got to piss outside.
2,500. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gotten out of
Okay,
control.
guys.
Donald, thank you so much for calling in tonight. We really appreciate you calling. Have a great night.
So much, brother. See you next time.
You do the same, and I'll call you next week too.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, Donald. Stay safe, my friend.
I will. All right. Have a good night.
You too,
brother.
Oh, we have
Is anybody else
another-
Incoming
fucking
call from your
blown
agent.
away right now?
Totally. Oh, we lost our other caller.
Today,
They didn't. Hang on
January
long
5th, 2026. I
Sorry,
heard
caller.
Donald
Go
Houth's
ahead.
voice
Go ahead
for
and
the
give it a
first
try
time.
again. Donald H. Houth on the check-in tonight.
I did not have that on my apocalypse bingo.
No. And we have another caller. Let's see. Here we go.
Incoming
Boom,
call.
Boom.
It's like
Good
we're on a slot
evening.
machine.
Thank you for calling the Hudson Valley Hotline. This is Mike, your host. What can we do for you tonight, caller?
Well, this is Hillbilly Honey, and I want to tell you I have horses, I can ride, and I got my cave picked out right on top of the damn mountain.
Hillbilly, honey, thank you so much for calling in this evening. Good to hear from you again. How are you?
I'm great, and yourself?
Fantastic. Thank you so much for calling in tonight, Hillbilly, honey.
Where are you calling in from?
Trenton, Georgia, the independent state of Dade.
I knew you were south of Dixie, but I couldn't place it. I thought maybe Mississippi. I don't want to offend
I'm
you.
in north of Dixie, south of Dixie, east, west, overseas.
Oh, no, it matters. It matters.
Hillbilly, honey,
So what would you like to know? How can I help?
the foundation of preparedness. What is something that you would add to my list of 10 here?
Get off your ass, go outside, and actually prepare the crap you read in that book. Physically build a fish trap. Start a fire. You know, hands-on experience. Don't just read a how-to for dummies and think you got it lit.
Sound advice, Hillbilly, honey.
It certainly is.
Fantastic.
Reading about something gives you a concept, but without actually doing it, understanding like why, you'll never understand the method. You know, like you have to do both. Like just knowing some knowledge unapplied is useless.
I mean, when the kids were little, we made a game out of it. You know, I got them all a striker. I took them out in the field, and I taught them how to start fires. Kids love that. but practical. If they had to, they can now. Same thing with fishing. They took their fishing pole and they took their hook, but they had to go dig their own worms.
Mainstream media be like,
Sometimes
she
they
taught
had to
her
go
kids how to light fires.
Yeah, I taught my kids how to light fires. I also taught them how to cut a cane pole and go fishing, how to build a fish trap, how to make a little wiki up, brush shelter. But we made games out of it. We had the whole neighborhood in, and we made it like a contest.
That's awesome. That's awesome. There's no better way to get the kids involved than to just try and make a game out of something.
Just
right?
make it fun. They'll be like, oh, this is fun. Their kids know
love
better.
to compete with each other.
That's awesome. Who can build the best fish trap? You know, who can build the best
Introduce
shelter?
a little competition, friendly competition.
Fantastic. Hillbilly Honey, that is fantastic advice. Put your preps to work for you. Put your skills to work. A lot of the things that we learn in preparedness are perishable skills. If you don't practice them, you will forget how to do them, right? Or it's going to take you a while to catch back up. So it's best to practice those things as frequently as possible. Backyard camping, anything you can do to just get out there and test yourself, test your gear, and just keep it functional, right? I think that's sound advice, Hillbilly Honey.
You don't give them gear. You send them out in the woods by themselves.
Yep, you got.
Well, you know, they get old enough. You just what you do is kick them out the car on the way home, and and you time them.
I did that once or
Can't
twice
believe it
when
took
we
you
were
2
teenagers.
hours to get back here.
I think my wife did that to me early on years ago. I kicked me out of the car in one place, and then it took quite some time for me to get home. But
Legend has it, as told by him, my father was taught to swim by getting kicked out of a boat. So that's how we used to be doing to these kids
My
back in the
son
day.
got a lot. Son did.
Hillbilly Honey, thank you so much for calling in tonight. We really appreciate you and your unwavering support. You've been here for a very long time, and thank you, sister, for all your support over the years, Hillbilly Honey. We really appreciate it.
Well, you're more than welcome, and y'all have a wonderful year ahead.
You do the same,
You as
Hillbilly
well.
Honey. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, fellas. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
too.
Bye-bye. We have another caller.
Without
calling.
further ado,
Here we go.
Incoming call from your
yeah.
800.com account.
We will
Press 1 to accept.
We will accept. Good evening, and thank you for calling the Hudson Valley Hotline. What's your name? Where are you calling from, caller?
Well, I'll give you one guess.
Oh, this sounds like somebody I know, Livingston, man. This voice
Yeah, you do.
is very, very familiar, and I'm gonna put my finger down here, and I'm gonna say that this is Southern Tier Prepper. Did I get it right?
You got it.
Yes!
You sure did, bro.
STP, good to hear from you, sister. How are you? Happy New Year. I hope all is well with you and yours. How's it going?
It's going good. Happy New Year, and I apologize ahead of time if I'm talking in cursive. I'm a couple glasses of wine in.
I can understand
But,
you perfectly.
We're on the same wavelength, I think.
Yeah, we speak the same.
But,
It's fine.
But I actually have a few additions, and they all aren't the top 10, but I think they're all important. The first one is alternative cooking sources.
That's a very good one.
Yeah, well, I mean, everybody knows how to, well, not everybody, but, you make a fire, but do you know how to cook on that fire?
That's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big one.
And to add to that, alternative heating. They even need it in Texas. So no matter where you are, you need to make sure that you can safely keep your family warm, depending on, how cold it can possibly get at your place.
Very, very
And then
true.
The third is a belief in a power higher than yourself.
Ooh, that's a good
It doesn't matter what it is, but without that faith that there's something bigger than you, it's going to be hard to rationalize going on at some point if something is really, really that bad that it's like SHTF apocalyptic.
Yeah.
I know with what our family went through, if it wasn't for the fact that even though I was laid up the whole time, if it wasn't for the fact that I had my husband and kids that I knew needed me, and I knew that there was a higher power watching out for me, I don't know if I would have made it. Like mentally,
Yeah. Yeah.
Those were the things that kept me going.
That's awesome.
And then the last thing is skills. Every skill you can pick up is another, star that you've got going for you, when or if SHTF, you want to have as many skills as possible and know the old ways of doing things and be able to do whatever it is that you need to adapt to keep you and your family alive.
100% Southern Tier Prepper, and knowledge weighs nothing, right? Knowledge is the lightest thing that we carry into an SHTF
And it doesn't cost
or any
anything
scenario.
either.
Exactly. Typically, you can pick up a lot of the knowledge-based stuff off the internet. And again, you always want it, like STP says, you better do your research. I'll tell you what, because there's a lot of people out there giving out bad advice that will get people hurt or worse. Okay, so
Nefarious
just
actors,
because the guy
unreliable
that you like the way he says things on the internet channel told you that this is the way it's done doesn't necessarily mean that's the way it's done. Check against a couple other sources and see if that really is the way before you go trying something that's going to get you hurt or worse. Okay.
Yeah, and then test it yourself.
100%.
Just because some guy on YouTube is able to do it and quickly and easily doesn't mean that it's going to be quick and easy for you. He's probably done it 10,000 times before.
Exactly.
But
You
make
think
sure
he
that
nailed
it's a
that
skill that
video
you can
first
master
take?
ahead of time.
Yeah. Yeah. Livingston Man said, "You think he nailed that video first take?" No, it's over and over and over again. I've actually put out a couple failures, trying to do things and just trying and trying and trying. And I'm filming the whole time, and I'm like, oh, one of these times I'm going to get it. And I just kept going and going, and it didn't happen. Just didn't happen.
That's something that's like not seen, like
Yeah.
in content.
I'm
is
not,
like
I'm
the
not afraid to
failure.
fail. I learned that, man, I love a fucking Bic lighter. I love a Bic lighter.
Don't we all?
But if it didn't work, I continued to practice and practice and practice until I got the ferro rod technique down, until I got the feather stick down, until I could make a little tiny piece of char cloth, grab a spark, and turn a tinder bundle into a fire. I kept practicing until I got it down. And you can't do that just reading a book or watching a video. You have to actually go out there and do the things yourself. It's so important that you do them. Just try them out in your backyard, right? You don't have to go someplace fancy.
And too, I can't stress enough the importance of including your kids on this. Because if you have kids, then they're the reason you're doing this, and if something happens to you, if they don't have the skills that you've been, accumulating and trying so hard to learn, what good is it going to do them if you're not around? Anything can happen to any of us at any time. We don't know. So I'm trying to make sure that, my kids, are participating with me, so they're learning the basics of canning. They're learning the basics of first aid. My 13-year-old, I got her a sewing machine for Christmas because she's into fashion. And it's like, okay, well, you know what? You want to make your own clothes? Let's do this. And you can learn the basics of sewing. And so it's so important to include them, even if they don't want to garden with you. Make them at least learn the basics, because if nothing else, we're doing this to continue their survival after we're gone if the event doesn't happen while we're around. And even if it does, they're the next generation. They're the ones that are going to be carrying on for us.
Amen to that. Teach the children well, as they say, Livingston Man. Fantastic advice, STP. Teach all you can. Now, not all the kids are going to follow along. Not all the kids are going to be into it. But if one of them picks it up, there's a chance the other one might look at him and say, well, if they can do it, I can do it, you know. And then they got to one up the other one. So
Right.
yeah, all you got to do is get one
Or
of
at
them
least
hooked.
they might be willing to learn from the others, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And
See it done, and you're like got a bit of a leg up.
yeah. So one of the things that I am blessed to do is film a lot of the stuff that I do. So I kind of have like this video diary on this YouTube channel that I have for my kids. God forbid anything happens to me. They can look back and say, well, maybe Dad did know a little bit about a little bit. Right?
Is it like in the event of your untimely death, this shit will be released and you will bring down the global
Well, no,
cabal?
it's a whole 1,000 video YouTube channel. Yeah, no, there's no dead
There's
man
a hard
hands.
drive attached to his will.
All right, so it's not some
Upload
fulcrum,
this.
some fucking dead hand
No,
shit.
no,
Oh,
you're
man,
good. No,
fuck
it's
that.
a living diary. Right?
I'm not hacking that.
You don't have to hack it. It's you go public. You can watch it.
I'm not
You
WikiLeaking
can watch
that.
it. Southern Tier Prepper, thank you so much for calling in tonight and offering fantastic advice for the Foundation of Preparedness. We really appreciate you calling, sister. Looking forward to seeing you up and running here soon. I got word that you're going to be somewhere this weekend. Is that right?
I am going to be on the 0 Hour podcast on Rural True IC's channel on Sunday night. I think it's at 9 p.m., but I'm not exactly sure about that. But hopefully my package that's supposed to be here from Santa HVPS tomorrow will be up and running and working fantastically so that the whole thing's a success because I have been having technical difficulties, so hopefully, your generosity improves that.
Fingers are crossed.
And this 0 Hour podcast, I'm hoping, is the kickoff to, my comeback tour, I guess.
Awesome.
I've had a lot of obstacles and things happen over the last year, but, I'm as soon as your stuff comes in that you're donating to the channel, and as long as it's set up and working and I can figure it out, then there should be a lot more content coming your way.
Okay, so on Facebook there is a button and it goes to the Livingston Man. It's Facebook Messenger. If you get messages from STP, she's trying to set up her microphone and webcam. So there's a guy sitting next to me who's really good at
I
this.
sort of know how to do stuff like that.
Yeah, you go right
I
ahead.
hear that.
Yeah,
I hear that,
Devil
and I
Dog
will
Prepper.
definitely be taking advantage of it if there's any issues.
Devil Dog Prepper says Santa HVPS. Never heard of him. I know Santa Dog, and I know Santa Dog is coming in about 7 minutes. STP, thank you so much for calling, sister. We can't wait to see you up and running. Thank you so much for your advice. We're really looking forward to seeing you on the 0 Hour podcast. So my fingers are so crossed that everything's going to work out. It's all going to work out. Nothing but positivity, right? Nothing but positivity. It's all going to work out perfect.
Well, thanks, guys, and Happy New Year, and keep doing what you do. You're doing an amazing job.
Thank you so much, STP. We will talk to you soon, sister. Have a great night.
Appreciate you.
You too.
We have another caller.
Incoming call
Livingston.
from your 800.com account. Press
right.
1 to accept or 2 to hang.
Good evening, and thank you for calling the Hudson Valley Hotline. What's your name, caller? Where are you from?
I am from Texas. That's who I am.
Oh, Texas.
Scott Hummer might know me.
And Scott Hummer might know him. This is a good one.
This motherfucker's spooky, bro.
I don't.
You sound like
Voice one more time, caller.
I go live at 9:00 tonight.
Live.
You've been on my channel.
at
You've been on my channel on Monday night live.
Monday night live. It's not Devil Dog Prepper. No. This is this Fernando? Is this Fernando,
that's me.
God's prepared warrior?
That's me.
Fernando, thank you so much for calling tonight, brother. Good to hear your voice.
It's good to be here with you guys.
So, Fernando,
Fernando, you got a fucking soundtrack unlike everybody else.
Livingston Man's doing you right.
Texas style.
Livingston Man is doing you right. Fernando, the foundations of preparedness. What is something that you would add to the list on the foundation of preparedness, my friend?
Well, I'm going to go to a question that was asked of me before. And the question was, Fernando, how can I get my family involved in the prepping? They think I'm crazy. And so I told that person, I said, you know what? You don't tell them about prepping. You let your prepping be the thing that speaks volumes to them. In other words, you do prepping so well that one day they're going to need help or they're going to need assistance, and you're going to be able to pull from your prep that you've been prepping, and you're going to be able to help that person out. And it's going to be your preparation that leads them to a life of prepping. And so, people say, well, I've been telling my family, and it's so hard because they think I'm crazy. But I think that if we move away from beating people to death with prepping, that we just kind of show them what we do, they will be more apt to prepare for their own family, more than us kind of beating them with the idea of prepping. And so I got a message the other day from that individual who thanked me for giving them that advice, because it was one of their preps that their family member needed, that they had ready and available to help them with. And now that person is moving into a life of preparedness, and they're leading them through that.
Oh, that is so awesome, Fernando. And I think that is probably some of the best advice I've heard on how to bring people into prepping. Let your preps do the talking, right? Fantastic advice, Fernando. God's prepared warrior. Thank you so much for calling in tonight, brother. It's so great to hear from you.
Yes,
9 p.m. tonight,
Yes,
God's Prepared Warrior will be live. And I know I believe at 8 p.m. tonight, Devil Dog Prepper is doing the 12 Days of Christmas giveaway, the late edition, over on Devil Dog Prepper's channel. He's right there in the chat. If you guys don't know Devil Dog, you should head on over there and subscribe. And make sure you're subscribed to God's Prepared Warrior. Great channel. Fantastic advice from Fernando. He would never lead you astray. I can promise you that.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that.
God's Prepared Warrior, thank you so much for calling, brother. Fantastic advice. Let your preps do the talking. I would not have come up with that one, so thank you, my friend.
You're welcome, my friend. Have a good one.
You too, Fernando. Have a great night. Thank you so much for calling.
Bye.
God's Prepared Warrior, everybody. Fernando, great call. I knew his voice sounded like super familiar. I'm like, man, where I just couldn't put my finger on it, but we got it. God's Prepared Warrior. Let's see. I'm going to run through the chat here quick. The Roaming Prepper, some random dude. Rob B, Pastor of Reality. Good to see you. Scott Hummer. Good to see you. Brad Pitless in the house. Devil Dog Prepper. Who else we got? The New York Redneck. What's good? We got another caller coming in. One last call for the call-in show. Let's see.
Incoming call from your 800.
Yay. Good evening. Thank you for calling the Hudson Valley Hotline. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Do you accept this call from Shawshank Prison?
Yes. Yes.
Hi, this is Dana Let's Prep. How are you, gentlemen?
Dana, Let's Prep. Thank you so much for calling in this evening. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It was from prison.
Good to hear your voice. Yeah, you threw the Livingston men off pretty good right there. Oh, Dana.
I should have said yes.
Oh,
yes.
Thank you for calling. The foundation of preparedness, Dana. What is something that you would add to the list?
You might have mentioned it, but my hearing is slow. So I would say water purification from what you could find outside, not just from what you could buy from the store.
I think that's great advice. Natural water purification methods, nothing store bought. That is fantastic advice, Dana.
And can I also add navigation as far as I'm not Laura Ingalls, so I really have a hard time unless I use the Hudson River, you know?
Yeah.
But navigation, in the daytime and at night to use a compass, or in the daytime, you know, the sun rises, the sun sets. But sometimes it's hard to tell if it's later in the day and it's cloudy, which direction you're going, for me anyway. So anything with navigation, you know, the signs, reading a map. I know certain routes or county or state routes end with either odd or even numbers, so that dictates the directions. I can't remember, someone told me, but things like that, because I don't think a lot of people know about it, at least around here.
Very true. I do believe it's the odd numbers run north and south, and even numbers will run east and west, and that's even on like your county routes and things like that as well, Dana. Odd numbers will run north and south, and evens run east and west. That's great advice. Map and compass is big, right? Especially topographical maps. Those are ones that can keep you a little bit safer than just a general road map if you're going off-roading, right? The topo maps will tell you where there's any drop-offs or pitfalls or anything like that. Big hills that you would have to climb. You'd know all that ahead of time with a topo map. When the little lines are really close together, that's super duper steep, and the further apart they are, the flatter and more gradual the grade is. So definitely something people should look into. Maps, compasses, learning all of the signs around your neck of the woods, right? And learning how to navigate. Fantastic advice from Dana. Let's prep on the Hudson Valley Hotline tonight. Thank you so much for calling in, Dana. We really appreciate it. You're our last caller of the second call-in show ever. Thank you.
I enjoyed listening to everybody, and thank you so much.
No problem. No problem. We are happy to help out, and we figured this would be a great way to bring the community back into it. We've got another caller, Dana. We've got another caller. Should we take it or should we let him go?
And,
Thank you.
Stay safe.
Thank you so much, Dana. Happy New Year.
My pleasure. Bye-bye.
All right. We're on to our next caller.
Incoming call from your
do it.
800.
One more. Did they go? Or did I do that? I hope I didn't hang up on somebody. They didn't hang in. I'm going to have lots of voicemails this week. Heidi, good to see you. Tuck by V1 in the house. Vanessa, Kitty, orienteering. Terrain map overlays too. That's the stuff. That's the stuff. One last caller, Livingston Man. Should we do it? Livingston Man says yes. Let's do it.
Make it good.
Why'd it go away? Apparently they didn't want to talk too bad. So they're like, oh no, it's after 8. We can't call.
Well, you said she was the last caller.
Kathy Marshall says, teach your children how to find the North Star at least. Amen. Here we go.
Incoming call.
Good evening, and thank you for calling the Hudson Valley Hotline. What's your name and where you from, caller?
Well, hi, y'all. This is the Mississippi Coast Cajun Prepper. How you doing tonight, Mike?
MS Coast Cajun Prepper, good to hear from you. Thank you so much for calling in tonight, brother. Hope all is well with you.
As good as it can be. As good as it can be. Happy New Year to everybody. It's getting a little late for that. But just one more thing I want to add to Dana's comments. You know, she brought up orienteering and map reading. Everybody forgets about rope work and knot work. You know, can you honestly tell me you can tie a one-handed bowline?
Yes,
Or anything
I cannot.
of that nature?
I cannot.
Yeah.
Livingston Man might, but I cannot. And I think that is fantastic advice, my friend. Fantastic advice.
Well, I mean, think about it. You need it for all of your tarps and, you know, makeshift shelter, tying off loads. That's one skill that, you know, I taught my scouts eons ago, and to this day, that it's it.
And that's one of those perishable skills that we talked about earlier. If you get into knot work, it's important to practice those every once in a while, even if it's just at home, right? I mean, if you don't practice those knots, you're going to kind of forget how to tie them and how the bends go, and you end up screwing it up when you really need it. So, fantastic advice, and it helps extend the life of your cordage, right? I mean, you're not cutting things down when you need that cordage.
Definitely. There's a couple of really good knots out there. I know, what was the Rural, I think, had a knot card as one of his giveaways. Man, they're cheap. You find them on Amazon with the strings. You can find them at most scout shops or Army surplus. Something to learn to, just play with when it's a cold and rainy night.
Very true.
And,
very true. Yeah. When you
use
go
it for other
camping and
skills,
you get stuck in the tent, it's a great time to practice knots or read up on that book that you've been carrying around in the bug out bag with you, right? Great times are had in the tent or the shelter when it's raining out. There's a lot to be learned in there. MS Coast Cajun Prepper, thank you so much for calling tonight, man. We really appreciate it. Last caller of the night. Why don't you take us out of here, MS Coast Cajun Prepper?
Wow. I'm not sure how you want to take it, but I like the idea of, hey, Livingston Man, roll that beautiful footage, or beautiful bean footage. There we go. I'm 3 in.
Thank you so much, MS Coast Cajun Prepper. We're going to let the Livingston Man do his thing, and we're going to conclude this call-in show this evening. Thank you, MS Coast Cajun Prepper. You have a great night, brother. And the MS Coast is out of here. Thank you. Thank you all for calling in and making this show as awesome as it can be. It's here for you when you need it. Mondays, we're going to do the damn thing. Do me a favor. When you're done here, could one of my mods please share Devil Dog Prepper's channel in the chat? It would be greatly appreciated. He's doing a live stream right now, his Christmas giveaway. So, Devil Dog Prepper's channel. Get on over there and check him out. He's live right now. And you can tell him Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival sent you. He's a great dude from the state of the place he doesn't think is real. But it's real. Kathy Williams, time flies when you're having fun. Roaming Prepper says, give me a second. You got it, brother. Dana's headed over to Devil Dog Preppers. She'll know if you were here. So she's going to spill the beans on you. Spill the beans on you. But thank y'all. Hope you learned a little something here this evening. Other than Livingston Man can shred with a cigarette lighter or anything. He's going all Rage Against the Machine on us. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for investing your most valuable resource with us, your time. We appreciate y'all. Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. And we out of here. He's done. Tell me how you really feel. Stay safe, folks. We will see you tomorrow on the Four Horsemen podcast. I do believe we will be on Vision Preparedness's channel coming up this week. So check us out over on Vision Preparedness and the Four Horsemen podcast. Mañana. Later, dudes.